a relatively classic match. We've seen both of these players dominate the European region in their respective years, and we've seen them run up into each other in grand finals of multiple tournaments, and depending on the year determines who will win. But here we are in the losers semifinal, a match we've seen time and time again, but here on the World Championship stage, they are going to be bringing out all of the stops.
We're going to Apocalypse. Acno is going to control the early weapons of the game, but Blue is eventually able to grab one about 13 seconds into the game, but a lot of damage has been done by Acno onto Blue. Oh, that was a cheeky weapon toss.
Still picks it
up
too.
For the bounce up. Oh, 25 second stock for Acno.
What an edge guard, and it wasn't one of those brutal, consistent dare-hitting edge guards. It's just like, I'm going to chip away all your options, and you're not going to get to touch. Acno already about to lap Blue, but Blue going to try to go for the response, backs away off of that ground pound.
Yeah, that little side air that Acno bounced Blue off of the wall with, and the weapon toss before that, like what an unorthodox edge guard overall from Acno onto that. You're seeing Blue is looking to make some big plays. You're seeing the D6 come out. Nice. That's what I like to see from a Bodvar player. Let's see if he can continue using those. There's the recovery. Weapon toss goes wide instead of straight down. Acno even dipped under the stage, but Blue is there for the GC light into the ground pound.
I like the way Acno played that recovery, going underneath the stage, trying to basically guarantee that no weapon is going to deny him that wall touch. But Blue playing really smart around that corner, waiting for the GC, downlight into the ground pound. Neither of them really swinging just yet. Classic EU sword mirror match as Acno goes over to the bow, doesn't hit the ground pound. It's going to be the tatami mat to take the second stock off of Blue.
Now, I do applaud Blue's immediate answer back of being able to take the first stock from Acno, because if you look at something like Mammoth Cup, Blue ended up coming in 13th place. Before that, on Championship, coming in 7th place. So two kind of rough placements for a player like Blue here recently, but he has already beaten that this tournament in the World Championship, and he's looking pretty good, except he's behind Acno. Now, doesn't fall into the side signature. Acno's done that against many a player, but it's starting to not work anymore.
Yeah, I gotta believe that all these players are just watching the tournament at this point, watching what their potential future opponents are doing so they can start reacting to them in advance. And that's what happened there, is Blue kind of recognized that Acno likes to do that side light into the charge side signature and just stayed high above that side light.
Sword v sword, the D-Light recovery is going to be an easy punish on Acno's whiff side sig. Goes for the stomp dare, somehow barely ends up picking it up. It was like the front side of it, when we usually see it picking up from the back side for the KO off the top. Blue has to play near flawlessly, and he has to do it into Acno's bow. A very tall order.
Acno chase dodging forward, ends up picking up a nair, second nair. Blue gonna get juggled away, goes for the wall. A little bit safer from those nairs from Acno.
Recovery off the top is going to give Acno the victory in game one.
Really solid finish from Acno coming out. There you're seeing that that original edge guard. It was a really explosive start to this game that really started to slow down towards that tail end where they started to play a little bit more safer. Like there's that key moment where they were both playing their swords and they're both on opposite ends of the map. Like, all right, I'm not gonna cross this divide, but looks like Blue thinking a little bit about what this legend pick's gonna be. The Bodvar, this was kind of his anchor pick, did not quite work.
He's gonna swap over to the Bryn. Now, we did ask him what are some of the other characters he's played this year. He didn't really mention the Bryn, though he does have a level 54 Bryn going in with the default stance. He does have a skin for her, and he does have Gala colors on her. So he definitely has some time in this Bryn, but it's not, or at least from my memory, not a standard Blue tournament pick.
Yeah, definitely like not something that we would consistently see him picking. Might see it as a counter pick, but Acno already starting it off unarmed, doesn't even care that Blue got the initial weapon pickup, was looking for that unarmed gimp, gets a downlight and then backs away. Interesting, not going for any of the true combo follow-ups that you can do off of a downlight.
Yeah, D-Light into nothing, taking a page out of Lil Cap's book. D-Light into Nair, though. Acno's finding those follow-ups now. Goes for the slide charge side signature. Blue was ready for it. That ground pound would have hit, would have led to the KO as well. The weapon toss. And Acno is going to turn that stock around just like he did earlier against 720 poly shot on the Demon Island.
Got him with the Goomba stomp just right on his head when he activates that ground pound. Blue looking for the immediate response, goes for the downlight GC N-Sig, but does not find the hit. Spot dodge from Acno to avoid the side sig as Blue swinging for the fences, trying to get the stock evener.
Now we're starting to see Acno kind of play a little cheekier going into this game. Oh, D-Light recovery, not quite enough to take off the top. Weapon throw down, and he's able to pick it back up immediately once he realizes it's not going to hit Blue. Has Blue over on the wall. Another dare, and the weapon toss, taking yet another stock from Blue. These weapon toss edge guards from Acno are so good.
Dude, Acno steals stocks so stealthily. Like, we saw those big offstage plays from Pavelski where you just see him just chip stocks away in the air. But Acno, like, is just doing a drive-by, grabs it, and puts it in his pocket, stealth stock stealing.
GC D-Light right out of hit stun, goes for yet another recovery. He's definitely saucing on Blue as we get further and further into this set. Blue's got to be careful, bro. I would not spend any time on that wall against Acno.
Got to fight his way back onto the stage, though. Acno keeping him on this corner. Recovery will get him back down onto ground, but he is a full stock behind here in game number 2.
Weapon toss has Acno in the red. Blue has a good chance to take this second stock. Oh, but Acno basically chasing behind him. Rise that side heavy. The weak recovery there. The held ground pound is going to release and spike Acno directly down. Blue on his final stock. Another case where the player basically has to play flawlessly against Acno. Not even just flawlessly, but Acno has to make serious mistakes. And you're not going to catch Acno making mistakes.
He's made one mistake in his life ever. He's not going to make another here as we are going into game number 3. Acno wanting to make the sprint, wanting to get that run, because you gotta believe coming into this, coming in as the top seed, having only lost one tournament throughout the entirety of 2020, then Acno thought that this was all but his tournament to lose. What is Blue gonna make the switch to? We see him hovering a little bit, not picking anything just yet.
Is he going to go back to the Jae-Yun? The thing that he has to worry about is if he picks the Jae-Yun. I mean, he has the second pick opportunity here. So Acno's already locked in the Koji, and he's going to ignore the gentleman's agreement that came out. He is going to play Jae-Yun, and Acno does not have the option to pick Jae-Yun because he had to lock in first.
But Acno's currently up 2-0. If Blue wins this one, Acno has the opportunity to change up to the Jae-Yun if he wants to do the mirror match for the next 2 games. But for now, I don't even think Acno will do that if Blue wins. Because like I said, I think Acno just wants to play this Koji into the Jae-Yuns. Like, this is playing into Acno's hands.
Is it?
Yes.
I feel like someone playing Greatsword against you is playing into nobody's hands. Because then it's just going to be a rough time. Like, he's beating him against normal characters. Like, he can still probably beat the Greatsword as well. But I don't think anybody wants to play into Greatsword.
Yo, low-key, though, like, I thought if he got that bow ground pound, then my, like, very confident yes would have sounded so clean. But
it really would have. It would have been so good.
It would have been so solid, but Acno really let me down on that one. In the red, though, he's gonna lose the first stock. Blue looking good, and it wasn't even Greatsword. This is Blue just playing classic Blue sword.
You see the chain dodge coming out from Acno, moving along those 90-degree angles, and he hits the side signature on the edge yet again.
He is so good at hitting that side signature, slide charging it over the corner.
Ooh, going for the GC sidelight. That's going to give him some good movement.
No. Blue's gone.
Oh,
Blue's gone.
He didn't touch, did he?
No.
Okay.
That neutral stick was super close, and you'll see it touch on some other maps, but I think with the angles, it can be hard to guarantee the touch.
I couldn't tell if I saw his character, like, relight up or not.
Acno completely denied it. But full stock advantage to Acno. Going in a little over-eager with that ground pound. It's one of the slower moving ground pounds in the game, and Blue had a pretty safe punish, but instead opted to be onto the stage.
We're seeing this game start to wind down, and that means the set is likely also winding down here. Blue doing everything he can to fight back in this game, has the weapon advantage. Sig's coming out, KO moves coming out from Blue. Isn't able to punish that D-Sig from Acno, gets the recovery way down low, and it's not quite enough to KO off the top. You saw the exhausted recovery coming out there. Side signature just charged a little bit, and Acno is going to move on, only doing 4 more damage than Blue, but took 2 more stocks.
Like, that side sig at the very end where he charged it before the second hit, still keeping him in hit stun, but getting that just tiny bit of extra force is so incredibly extra. Like, Acno did not need to do that. This set was basically his. This game was basically his off that bow edge guard, but that's just Acno being like, yo, I'm super good at this game. And that means Acno is now going to go up against Simple in the losers final, the match that you and I predicted to be the grand finals, the winners finals of this tournament.
And we'll see what Simple has in store. He is here in the lobby. He is locked in.